Hello! I don't know why I say that so weird. But I do, so here we are. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Sunday night stream. I had to run and take care of some cats, and of course the third cat, who did not move for the shenanigans, has just jumped up. So Firefly may interrupt us immediately. Hey Renegade. But welcome. So tonight is a watch party stream. Won't be the only thing we do. We'll probably faff around before and after, but we're going to watch A Sound of Thunder from 2005. This is one of the picks for Alison's theme. Yeah, speaking of the devil, Alison, welcome. So that is the main thing we're doing tonight, and yeah, hopefully have some fun. Oh, also, just whilst I'm on do you know what? I got worried there because that jumping jack multiplier is still at 1 from last time. But do you know what the good thing is about this new system? Is that it doesn't just automatically go through when there's a tip. Like, I have to input the tip. So as long as I see it before I put the tip in, there's no danger. So we're fine, we're fine. Let me just fix that. Hey Firefly. Yes, Firefly's here. He's causing chaos, as he always does. Welcome, Cindy. Welcome. Saw Eternals and Black Widow. I'm so sorry, Renegade. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. You'll recover. Your life will go on, and you'll forget that you watched 2 really mediocre movies. Pardon me. Although Renegade's getting a spin because Renegade was the first one in chat, and I'm feeling spicy. So, spin for Renegade. Round and round she goes. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. Oh. That Cindy stole the points. Oh, that Cindy actually tied up with Renegade on the leaderboard there. Fancy stuff. You don't have to apologize for fate, Cindy. I would also probably say Eternals is a bit better than Widow by a touch, but only because it's at least got some more interesting, different ideas. It's still kind of overall just meh, but yeah. Hey, Befure, welcome to the stream. Welcome. If you've noticed points moving around in your absence, it's because sometimes people can land on your wedge when you're not here, so you may actually get points even when you're not around. Final exam starting in a few days. Oh, that makes sense. It's June. Our final exams were always in May, and then June was like a prelude to the following year. As weird as that sounds. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the school year ends, end of June, picks up halfway through August. That was always the case. But in the last couple of years, when there was proper exams at the end of the year, the exams were always in May, and then June was kind of like let's get a head start for next year kind of thing. Except your final year, obviously, because there was no following year, so you just what did we even do in that last month? I think that last month was just us goofing around for a month because there was nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I'm going to do some jumping jacks tonight, I think. Whittle away. Get that under 1,000, I think. Firefly. Yes, you're a happy cat. You're on the lap. That's what you do. That's what you do, best cat. Is Bob spoiling things? Movie rented, ready to go. Yes, yes, yes. We won't rush into it too quickly though. Let's give people a chance to filter in. Oh, yes. I'm glad people seem to have largely been enjoying the Twitch streams this week. I too have been enjoying them. Yes, we must. Yes, we must. Oh. So yes. Xbox Game Showcase was today, and it was absolute shite. The majority of it was like DLC for games that were already out. In fact, one game, Grounded, which is like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids game, um, that had a trailer, and the trailer was just to announce that it had like a release date for the actual release of it, because it's technically been in early access for the past like 2 years, but people have been playing it for 2 years, so it's like there's nothing exciting about this for like a conference perspective, you know, for like a showcase perspective. Um, it was a lot of really kind of mess stuff. There was a lot of stuff with similar art styles. There was one or two indies that looked alright, but those were quite late in the show. And then the only thing they really had to show off outside of Forza 6, which I'm sure there's a specific fan base that are excited about that. But outside of that, the only thing they really had that was big was right at the end, and that was the Starfield presentation. And it was only just okay. Like, you know, I'm hoping it's good, but it just kind of looks like Fallout in space. Um, you know, it wasn't like mind blowing or anything, but you know, like they didn't even have the stuff that we would expect from an Xbox showcase. There was no Halo, there was no Gears of War, and I wouldn't care about those, but it felt like they were lacking their heavy hitters. There was nothing from Bethesda really aside from Starfield. The only other things they showed were updates for uh Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76, which are, you know, like I've been tormented by having to sit through a segment of their showcase for the past like 7 years where they give updates on Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76. No worries, Cindy. We won't start too late, Allison. Don't worry. Don't worry. I didn't spoil it. Even I'm just saying, if you've seen other Lovecraft movies, you know where it's going to go, but it's still worthwhile watch. But you just said that we actually got Cthulhu. If that was a surprise, a pleasant surprise, then if I ever watch this thing you were talking about, I'm not going to be surprised. You've ruined it. You've ruined any chance of me having that feeling of, oh, they actually showed this. Wait, why is Renegade apologizing? What did you do? Oh, you thought I was talking about the game. Huh. Uh, I think it's later for me than anyone else, that's all. Well, not me, but that's always true. It's already after midnight here, Allison. I win. Oh dear. So yeah, the Xbox Bethesda showcase was dire. Like the Games Fest one on Thursday wasn't amazing, but it did have a good handful of things I liked and cared about. Even though it was too long and it was kind of front loaded, you know, after the first 40 minutes, the rest of it, which was, and it was a 2 hour show, was pretty dull. But it at least had like a good handful of things that I cared about. Well, it doesn't matter if you care or not about spoiling things in something. It matters if other people care if you spoil things or not. It's irrelevant what you feel about it. Oh dear. I know. I agree, but it's just funny because like obviously I'm later in time zone wise or earlier time zone wise. I'm at an earlier time zone, which means it's later time wise. Like this is getting confusing. Like, you know what I mean? But yes. So all in, yeah, it's funny. PlayStation State of Play was probably the best show, just because it had the first Callisto Protocol trailer properly of the week. It had Final Fantasy 16, and it started with Resident Evil 4 remake, which is the big thing. So you know, it's good stuff. And despite the fact that Games Fest was 2 hours long and then Xbox's thing was 90 minutes, neither of them even came close to as much stuff. Da-da-ba-ba-ba. So yes, how is everyone? How are people? Are we struggling on in this grey world? Firefly. I'm okay. Got a busy few days sort of around me. Got stuff that I want to squeeze in, but I actually have to do even more streams tomorrow night. So like tomorrow, I just need to like sit down and watch like lots of horror movies. so so I've got stuff to talk about. Because it always sneaks up on me. It always sneaks up. I'm like, oh shit, I need to watch some horror movies. So that's kind of my day tomorrow, pretty much. Other than just uploading a couple things. Uh, and then Tuesday I need to go to the cinema because I'm recording a certain Ace episode on Tuesday night. Uh, as well as of course the game club stream on Tuesday, which will be sandwiched in to that with a certain Ghostbusters video game over on Twitch. But yeah. So it's a shame because there's a couple of things I want to get to, but I'm not going to get to them until at least Wednesday, just because I've got so much stuff to do over the next 2 days. What does getting religion in relation to their grades mean exactly? Yeah, Twitch is going all right. I wouldn't. We've not really gained any regulars yet, but you do see like the view count constantly kind of like bouncing up and down. A couple, 2 or 3 people over the regular people who are there. Oh yeah, that's science fiction gem. I know. I'll be going to see a movie with dinosaurs in it. On Tuesday. I was going to go tomorrow, but then I realised I had to watch a bunch of horror movies tomorrow. Although on that subject, though, let me check something. Oh, good. Oh, good. I was just checking to see if the weather was reasonable the next couple of days. Make it less less a pain to go. Hey Firefly. It's a figure of speech, like seeing the light. Suddenly they have a sense of urgently needing to care about their grades. Ah, they expect me to drop everything to cater to their needs. I see, I see. I thought you meant they were trying to like get some exemptions or something, or like, or. I don't believe in a grading system. I should be given an A just because I am spiritual and believe in the Almighty, or something nonsense. Well, don't spoil it, Bob. If you spoil, I'll like put you on a timed ban. Here and on Twitch, might I add. I'll go scorched earth on you. You'll actively ruin an episode of our podcast because my reaction will be different if I already know what's going to happen when I go in. The outrage at stupidity or how bad it is, potentially, if that's how it's going to go, will be more pure if I actually experience it and discover it that way. Yeah, maybe an old saying. I can't say I've heard it used in that sort of general context before. Firefly. You purring, cat. You're purring away. You must be so happy, Puss Puss. You're so happy. It depends what they spoil. If they spoil stuff I care about, I think you'll find the answer is one. If it's just troubling behaviour that is making me concerned, then there'll be a bit more warning. Here's your push push. So yes. So we had like 2 days of summer this week, and then it started raining again. Bob, I don't need warnings to go into movies. I don't need any preempting of any. I've been watching movies since I was like 4 years old. I'll handle anything that throws at me. Well, I don't remember that, Renegade. A lot of things get said in chat. I don't remember them all. I probably remember quite a low percentage, all things considered. Hey, Firefly. Oh, you spelled it. Okay, I do vaguely remember that, but that wasn't spelling it for me. It was spelling it for someone else in chat. I do recall now. You've prompted my memory. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I had some noodles and a little bit of cake before I came on. No fancy cake. It was like plain cake. It was like plain. It's called Madeira cake, but it's just like plain cake. it's just it's more for just like feeling full than it is for enjoying something that's a treat. I close that. Very spicy. All right, let me Yeah, I've been playing more 20 minutes till dawn. I've not won a run yet though. I'm finding the game really hard. I've made it about halfway through a run a couple times, and that's it. I usually get killed by the second boss. So well, there's an indie sale on right now. Anything interesting? How's Jurassic World Evolution 2 an indie? And what reality is that an indie? The Ascent's slightly on sale, not enough to make it worthwhile. Yeah, not a lot of juicy stuff on this sale. Has to be said. I mean, I kind of want to get Terminator Resistance at some point just to play it, but obviously I don't think it's meant to be that good. So I'm like, no, I'll get it cheap, and that ain't cheap enough. Nah, nothing there, which is fine. I'd rather not spend any money right now. Anyway, always worth browsing though, seeing if there's anything juicy. Dark Souls 3 is the deal of the week, but I already have that, so we're good. Okay. Do 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 do. Right, everyone, just joining. We're going to be watching A Sound of Thunder from 2005. So if you want to join in, go rent the movie. Your whatever convenient location you decide to use, and it'll probably be starting in about 15 minutes. So go and prepare yourself. Paused and ready, Cindy. My. What's for dinner? What's for dinner, Cindy? Tuna salad. All right. That sounds like it would have mayonnaise in it, because tuna usually comes with mayonnaise, which is a shame because I like tuna, but I don't like mayonnaise. Forgotten City. How on sale are we talking? We already have the next couple of games picked, so I'm not really in a rush unless the price is irresistible. But let me have a look. Nah, I hate mayo. Mayo's disgusting. Uh, Forgotten City. Oh yeah, it's only 35% off. It's not like a huge deal. What is this game anyway? Modern Storyteller. Oh, that's the developer. Where's the genres? Narrative masterpiece. Is this a Roman City game? I think I was. See, when you told me about this, I think I was mixing up with the Sunken City because I was not picturing this at all. Weird. Weird. Yeah, I think I was thinking of a totally different game. I think when you brought this up before. Oh. I don't know, games go much cheaper than that in Steam. But it's like we got Ghostbusters, and I think you want to do It Takes Two, so we're kind of set for the next month or at least month and a half maybe with those two games. Depends how it takes two, how long it takes two takes. Okay. I'm just browsing some things while we're waiting to start. Because it'll take at least 2 weeks. Yeah, probably three. Probably 3 weeks. But at least two. Who knows? Maybe I'll think it's really hard and I'll struggle getting through it. I don't know. But then again, we thought Bugsnax should have been like at least a week less than it was, but it took longer. What was the free game this week on Epic? I think it was one I already. Well, not one that I had on Epic, but I think it was one that I already. I had on another platform. Whether it was PlayStation or Steam, I'm not sure, but what was it? Oh, it was Maneater. Yeah. Oh yeah, which I got in Plus. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Bugsnax wasn't your typical game. No, it was not. It was all Bugsnaxy. All Bugsnaxy. Supraland is next. The next free game. Don't know what that is. Bonger. Now that I remember. Hmm. There's so many weird random games on Epic for free. I don't know what most of them are. Page 1 of 30. Oh, it's only showing RPGs. I see. So why is it only 30? I had like 100 or something here. About 10 minutes, Alison. I gave a 15-minute warning about 7 minutes. So I guess it's more like 8 minutes, but I'm rounding. Bonger, 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 bonger. Wait, I have Dead by Daylight on here. See, like I have so many. No, I don't want to install it. I have so many like random games I didn't know I owned. So weird. Oh yes, Alison's Beffica worship is unhealthy to say the least. That's my stance on it. Oh dear. Alright, first person to tell me my favorite Zord from the original Power Rangers gets a spin. They've added tons of characters to Dead by Daylight. Dragon. I suppose I'll accept that. Technically, it's the Dragon Zord, but I'll accept Dragon. Alison gets a spin. And David gets the points. My. Do, 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 do. Oh, and I know, but the actual name of that one's the Dragon Zord. Whereas the others aren't. You don't say the T-Rex Zord. Well, you might in a sentence, but that's not its name. The Dragon Zord's all one word. I guess is what I'm getting at. Alright, first person to say my favourite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gets a spin. Go on, go, while I deal with the cats. I guess I give it to Befure. Raphael is the correct answer, although he's playing the system a bit by just typing them all out. But Raphael is the correct answer. I should have limited it to one guess per person for funsies. We're starting in about 5 minutes, Bob. Oh, Fletcher getting points. Oh, he's still in last place. Taco truck's up to 6,400 now. That'll be quite a boost to anyone who lands on it. Oh, oh dear. Okay. No worries, Bob. Alright, first person to say my favorite. The first person to say my favorite Halloween sequel gets a spin. So, not the original film, my favorite sequel of Halloween. And if you pay attention on Screams After Midnight, you should know this. Yep, Renegade gets it with 4. Beating Cindy by like 2 seconds, probably. It's not 3. All you people saying 3 don't know me at all. And from henceforth, it's only 1 guess per person for these things, just to stop people from spamming every option. Alright, Renegade. Here we go. So how will David get points this time? Oh no, this is looking good for Renegade. Oh, shut up there, past Tyler. I feel like we'd be given a test we didn't know or study for. Yeah, how does it feel now, teacher? You don't do pop quizzes, Alison? Is that not what they are? Surprise quizzes? We never got pop quizzes in school. This is only something I know from American TV. Okay, here's a tough one. First person to say my favorite Police Academy movie gets a spin. Only 1 guess each. Only 1 guess each. Everyone's thinking I'm talking about Halloween again because we're all getting lots of 4s. It's not 4, it's not 2. And you've wasted your guesses, guys. If no one can get it, if no one's left to guess, then I'm giving the spin to the deep. You're such a weirdo, P. What? How am I a weirdo? What you think? You think anything but 2 is the incorrect answer? The answer, of course, is number 5, Assignment Miami Beach. I think you people don't even know me. Deep's getting a spin. Come on, Deep, come on. Oh, he's going to land on himself. Oh, wait, no! Somehow, David found a way. No, Police Academy 4 is Citizens on Patrol, starring a very young David Spade. Although his body double is Tony Hawk because his character's a skateboarder. So there's a very young Tony Hawk doing his body double stuff. Alright, I'll do one more and then we can get the movie going. Okay. Hey, Firefly. All right. First person who says my favorite. First person who says. All the ones I'm thinking of are too easy. I'm trying to get one that's maybe slightly tougher. Okay, I suppose a bit more broad, but we'll give it a go. One guess each. First person who says my favorite vampire movie gets a spin. Of course, this is bait for a certain joke that I know most of you are going to want to make. But oh, look, Allison pays attention. Interview. I've not even seen an interview with a vampire. Come on, Biffy. Never even seen it. But let the right one in is the correct answer. So Allison gets a spin. Oh, a bonus spin. Oh, yeah, a bonus wheel. Oh. Damn it. I was going to say Alice has got upper chances of getting more points. But instead, the jumping jack multiplier is now active. God damn it. Do you know what I should do? Maybe we'll do this after the movie. I should do some of these, but I've got an idea to do some afterwards, but with some stakes. I've got an idea. We have some fun later. You did. Apparently, you didn't know it. Apparently, you did. Okay. Yeah, get the movie set up then. Let's do it. Stakes, some stakes, some risk reward, one might say. Anywho. Yeah, go feed the kitty cat. Yep. Make sure audio's muted and all that stuff. Get subtitles going and things of that nature. Do 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 do. Firefly. What is it? I suppose you were in the kitchen when I fed the other two. Okay, I'm gonna go feed Firefly, and we'll start the movie when I get back. So don't go anywhere. We're watching A Sound of Thunder from 2005. I'll be starting when I get back from feeding the whiny cat over here. Okay. All three cats ended up chowing down. So, how are we then? Everyone ready to go? We're watching A Sound of Thunder from 2005. Got some readies. I'm just getting the timer up, which hopefully it works. It's a bit hit and miss, as you know. Okay, I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then press play. So when I say press play, you press play, and we'll all be in sync, and it'll be happy days. So here we go, watching The Sound of Thunder from 2005. 3, 2, 1, play. And the timer's working. Okay, nice. Ooh, in the year 2055, a new technology was invented that could change the world. Or destroy it. A man named Charles Hatton used it to make money. That sounds about right. Franchise Pictures presents. Oh, I'm sorry. Are people getting more logos at the start than me? We should have checked that before we started. I'm looking at like some foresty stuff now. I'll say any titles that come up. Oh, like CG water. These helmets they're wearing are quite funny. I'm getting the feeling we're going to see some wonky visual effects in this, because even this scene feels a little mid 2000s. I guess. I guess is what I'm saying. Whoa. Okay. There's a dinosaur. Oh, jeez. Is this maybe like a VR thing inside the movie, or are the effects just really bad? This has to be a video game in the movie. And this is where the holodeck turns off, maybe? Oh, look at Ben Kingsley's hair. Oh dear. Wait, was that meant to be time travel? Was that meant to be a real dinosaur in the real jungle? Because oofed. Oofed! Time safari. I was getting touristy vibes from the guy. It's weird that I'd never heard of this actually. Seems like the sort of movie I'd have known about when it came out. I mean, keep in mind, this movie came out after the third Jurassic Park. And it has worse CGI than the first Jurassic Park. Time Safari. Tammy? Oh no. Ron Swanson warned me about Tammy. The chemistry between Ben Kingsley and his Thomas Jane, if you will, of the movie, is shockingly absent. No, I said he's the Thomas Jane of this movie, as in I'm comparing the character to Thomas Jane's character in Deep Blue Sea. $80 million budget and it has CG that looks like that. 80 million is not a low budget in 2005. It's not the biggest at the time, but it's not low. So that was like a dinosaur activist. The first Jurassic Park, I have no idea. It may not be that different from that, to be honest. It's probably about 100, maybe more. I'll check. I'll see if Box Office Mojo has Travis Schreier. What a name. This woman is English. Whoa! Look at how shit this looks! Look at this scene in the street! It's just green screen with a bunch of CG cars. This looks terrible. Look at it. I think I missed the first shot because I was looking at Box Office Mojo, and then I looked up and I. What? Look at an asylum movie for a minute. Jesus. That's the sort of green screen I expect to see someone like use on YouTube in like their short comedy bit or something. Shocked and appalled. The first Jurassic Park's budget was 63 million. The first Jurassic Park was cheaper than this movie. Admittedly, inflation makes it a bit weirder, but you know. Yeah, I guess Ben Kingsley was eaten after this one. It's Traveler's Rules. They only kill animals that were just about to die anyway. Okay. No, there were CGI dinosaurs, but everything was a mix of practical and CGI. Jurassic Park 3, which came out in 2001, was 93 million budget. So this is a bit less than the third Jurassic Park 4 years later. They spent all their money in those fancy futuristic cars out in the street scene. They had no money left for dinosaurs. Wait, is this meant to be like a budding romance? Oh no, what's he done? He's leaking Mountain Dew or something. Actually, no, it might be boiling acid. Maybe that. Oh, sexy lady waiting for him. Oh dear, oh dear. Stop doing scenes in the street with the CGI cars behind the actors. It looks like they're walking in front of, like, you know in Roger Rabbit when they're in Toonland? It looks like that. Why what? I'm not necessarily not giving it a chance. I'm just I'm calling it how I sees it. Oh yeah, a good question, Cindy, yes. You think they'd see what it looks like and go, oh, no, maybe they shot all the scenes and then they didn't see how bad it was going to look until after in post production, and then just had to accept, oh shit, we've got 10 of these scenes. Oh no, oh no. This is making me want to watch Time Cop, I'm not going to lie. I demand flying skateboards. I think you mean hoverboards, Bafure. That is the correct title. Oh no! There's another. Stop doing scenes in the street. It's like they're proud of this. Hmm. I'm pretty sure BB guns aren't a thing anymore, but somehow they survived to 2055. This is some of the worst green screen I've ever seen in a movie. Like I legitimately think it's some of the worst I've ever seen. Yeah, I think that's the effect of it because of the way they're walking. They're probably on like a treadmill or something. What was that laugh from Kingsley? He almost sounded like the aliens in Galaxy Quest, the way he did that. I did not renegade. No, I may just avoid it. keep a bit more blind on it. You know, if it's that risky getting to the past where the ripples might change everything, including existence as we know it, maybe don't take tourists there. I don't know. I haven't seen Battlefield Earth, I'm happy to say, before. So I cannot compare it. You know, one day I'm going to have to watch this again for the Ace. I'm going to lie and tell Tara it's a gem. And for the I don't hate it yet. For the record, this still might be a fun movie, but the effects are on the ropey side. Just get Tara to watch it this week. If there wasn't a new movie out in theaters we have to do, I might be tempted to do that, but we got to do Jurassic World 3, unfortunately. It does sound like one that should be a stream goal, doesn't it? Hmm. Yeah, it's a collection called Sonic Origins, I want to say. I guarantee you, when I make Tara watch this one day, she's going to send me a message and she's watching it about the CGI. I promise you she will. So they just go back to the same dinosaur every time? What about the previous version of themselves that came here to kill this dinosaur? That shot of the dinosaur's foot coming out of the water is disgusting. And it was so good they showed it twice. Oh, someone's getting eaten. This is probably going to alter the past here, guys, if you don't kill him quickly. Oh my god, it just keeps going back and forth. It's like a tennis match with a big dinosaur. That was to quote Billy Butcher from The Boys, diabolical. Or sorry, fucking diabolical. He ended up falling exactly in the same place he always does. What the hell? Okay, what have they changed in the past that's going to mess up the future? Ben Kingsley is basically a very rich used car salesman in this. Oh, what was that? Was that like a ripple? Hey, there's some movies that tell us we've been to Mars by the year 2000. uh... I wasn't even laughing at the suicidal fish line. I was laughing at him sticking his head out the window and how bad it looked. I saw it, Renegade. I was tempted to take some points away from you. I'm a little confused as to why there's a change happening in present day because of what they've done in the past, but it's not something that's been happening throughout all of history. It's just happening now in their own present day. That's a bit weird. There may be more to it than this, but right now I'm not quite following its logic. But sorry, Firefly. We had to give the VFX guys a workout. They were getting too good. We had to test them with a volcano eruption. What? So because some dirt from our boot fell into the past? Wild stuff. Jurassic Pompeii. Not a report. Can't even talk to Tammy. Hmm. Oh, the train. Oh, the car. Oh dear. Hmm. She's did alright for herself. She's got a pretty big place. Dedicated little sort of greenhouse area. All very suave, isn't it? They get hit with a tidal wave of CGI. They get time waves. What is happening in this movie? There's bugs. Was it beetles? Was beetles? What's going on here? The giant ants. I mean, it's holding my attention. I'll say that much. It's like a tour de force of bad visual effects. That's the perfect phrase. Tour de force. It is a tour de force. It's also starting to feel really random. Like the effect that's happening because they've messed up time a little bit is really weird and doesn't jive with any other version of time travel I've ever seen in my life. I wasn't critiquing giant ants as a concept. They're just really big if they're ants. Oh god. Ooh. So what are the two time periods merging? Is that what's happening? Okay. She seems to know a lot about this as if it's an exact science, which is a little bit weird, but whatever, she knows the rules. Again, maybe we shouldn't have been taking tourists on silly little trips. Wait, so now they can run into the other hunting parties? But how can they go back to the same point with the same dinosaur every time and not run into themselves constantly? Now it's been inconsistent with his logic. I felt there was going to be more of a scene there of her convincing him that she can do it, but it just kind of cut ahead. I smell a deleted scene or an extended scene that was cut. Very eventful renegade. Okay, this looks like a very different location. Wait, how did that save him? How did just lying down on the path save him from being hit with the horses? I did a video game live stream of A Sound of Thunder for Game Boy Advance. There's a Game Boy Advance game? I mean, I'm sure there's an emulator for it. Because I definitely don't have a Game Boy Advance. Or would know how to capture footage from it either, for that matter. Good job, they've got fancy 360-degree recording software, right? Suppose they should have looked at that before they tried jumping for the first time again. It costs too much to run the safety feature, so we just turned it off. Yeah, that slingshot him. Her weird laser drawing pointer thing is kind of that's kind of a neat idea. Oh, great! Now there's like deadly plants that have evolved into intelligent monster plants. I'm a little concerned that this movie does not have the budget for these ideas that it's now spouting. See, this part's actually quite interesting. As a science fiction fan, I'm intrigued by this idea that the alternate reality of like things that evolved instead of us are out there. That's really neat. Okay, it's night time. That's a good. That's good. Hide your effects. Hide the imperfections. Feels like all the people don't exist anymore. Like we're in a post-apocalyptic world, and there's still, millions of people in the city, right? Maybe it just was easier effects-wise not to have anyone around. Little CG creature. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised that guy was the first one to go. He was easily the one that had the least presence and character. At least I'm assuming he doesn't get saved here. Well, that's like it's like an ape head on a dinosaur body. Yeah, the ape lizard. Basically, the two realities from the Super Mario Brothers movie are merging. That's what's happening right now. Because if you recall in that movie, Koopa Kingdom was everyone evolved from lizards and dinosaurs, as opposed to apes in the real world. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I presume if he saves the day and fixes everything, everyone will come back, presumably. So, but will he remember being mauled by an army of ape lizards? That's a question. Is he going to put him out of his misery before he gets attacked? No, he's just going to watch as they maul him. Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Definitely an eventful movie. I can't deny that. Oh, that could be a twist that this has already happened before and they've fixed it before, but they don't know they've fixed it before. It's short compared to today. Yeah, I suppose that's kind of true. I mean, not all movies are long now. Just the blockbusters have all ballooned in length. The rest of the genres are all pretty much whatever. Oh, Daddy! Ah, dear. Horror movies still tend to be short. Unless Ari Aster's the one making it. They tend to be still be short. Hello. Oops. See, this is where you need the Time Cop Bureau. You need Jean Claude Van Damme policing this kind of thing so it doesn't happen. What, by breaking windows, buddy? They have one actual real like car they made of their futuristic cars so they could get in and out of it, and it looks so much better than every other car we've seen in the movie. Oh, we got some poison ivy action here. The vines are moving. Oh. Do you know, things have really fallen apart civilization wise very quickly. I feel like the people who are still in their apartment buildings and stuff would still be mostly just kind of there. I guess the brambles making people crazy explains some of it. That was quite a funny line. Why not? I want to shoot you. It was literally a butterfly. Get it? Butterfly effect. Yeah, this movie's got ambitions. I'll give it that. It's trying. Bless its little heart. It's trying. It's a big bat. That looked pretty rough. The guy getting carried away looked pretty rough. I'm too generous. I mean, there's some good ideas in this. Although I suspect the good ideas come from the original story rather than the movie itself, but see, Bafur's loving it. Doesn't have the time waves, yeah. But the idea of like the alternate like evolution path starting to like take over, like you know, yeah, I don't think the budget's necessarily the problem. It's the you know, it's the writing, it's the direction and stuff. Like I think there's quite a good movie potentially from the same idea. This just went a bit too I don't know, dumb blockbuster, I suppose. Oh shit. Oh, the lizard apes are all sleeping up there. Um yeah, I would say maybe Alex Garland could do a good version of this, or maybe I don't know. Yeah, there's no excuse for the laughably bad effects with the $80 million budget. Like, I get that it wouldn't necessarily hold up to today's standards, but like other movies from this time period and way before this time period hold up well because they did things they know they could do to a certain standard. Spielberg? Yeah, maybe. I've not been so hot in Spielberg for the last couple of decades, but like Spielberg in his prime could probably do a good version of this. Yeah, some maybe a slightly more cerebral thing because I feel like so in this they went with the lizard apes. I almost feel like you could go wilder with it and you could do something that an artsy director would do. So like imagine the type of creations that someone could make. Like the idea that we have like evolution went completely different, right? After the dinosaurs and it wasn't apes and it wasn't human beings, it was something else. Like you could go so wacky with that and make something really unique and disturbing. I don't want Peter Jackson to make anything, but like, I'm not saying David Lynch should do it, but like someone who would do something really weird with the creatures that would be there instead. You could do something really ethereal and like trippy with the creatures, which is maybe where the Annihilation comparison comes in. But it should absolutely be like a cerebral sci-fi horror. Yeah. They're what? Yeah, but I wouldn't say most of them are this bad though in terms of effects. I would say the mid '90s is worse because the mid '90s is when CG was brand new, and a lot of movies were doing it just because they say they'd use CG, even though it looked way worse than all the other techniques at the time. See Event Horizon, for example. Some of the CG in that is like laughable, and it's like you didn't need to do it this way. You did it because it was the hot new technique, not because it would actually look better. But like I mean, all the scenes in the streets in this with the green screen. Like, think of the Fifth Element. The Fifth Element was 1997, and while it definitely looks a bit dated, but it still looks good. It still looks pleasing to the eye because it just they and that probably had a lower budget than this. I don't know if Lee Winnell's ever done anything as big in scope as this, but I'm not opposed to him trying it. He's been getting better and better with each movie he's directed. Honestly, like Babylon 5, like obviously its CG is super dated, but it has more charm than the CG in this. And Babylon's 5s did get better as it went on. I think it's easier to accept the Babylon 5 CGI when they're in space shots because it's out in space. That looked bad. Oh, the monster coming through the window to get her. Looked really bad. That was rough. I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but it was rough. See, much like my space argument, this swimming creature doesn't look good, but it looks better than a lot of the other effects because it's underwater, so it just naturally gets away with a bit more. The escape room movies weren't that good. Uh, so I wouldn't pick him personally. It's it's funny. It's kind of the different genres it's kind of bouncing in and out of as it goes. Oh, see, that looks much worse now that the head's out of the water. Look at that CG. That looks terrible. Kissy face. Uh. Oh, is that why the CG is so bad? Is because it all got kind of like rushed for a release years after the fact? Is it just unfinished CGI? That's kind of wild. Have you ever seen Evolution? I have seen Evolution. I saw that in theaters when I was 12 years old. From the director of Ghostbusters. And it's basically kind of a weird alien remake of Ghostbusters. Anthology show when you were a kid. I think it was called Ray Bradbury Theatre, and some episodes were based on his stories. I don't think they were all though. Yeah, they probably ran out. I haven't read a lot of Ray Bradbury. I did. I read like an anthology book he did. Uh, Something to do with Martians was the title. I think. But it was just a bunch of short stories that he did. I read that in school, if I remember right. Yeah. Episode based on a story, Dino was like a mascot costume. Oh. I can respect that a little bit more though. It's the final countdown. Civilization, as he knows it, is disappearing behind him. Surely, you'd think all the buildings would go with the people, because if the people didn't exist, then the buildings shouldn't exist either. Oh wow, we see what human beings are instead. Oh dear, it's like a, it's like a fish head. I like the idea that inside that fish head body, she still remembers who she is. Have I seen the evolution-based episode of TNG yet? I don't think so. Doesn't ring a bell. Hmm. I would have thought them leaving something in the past would corrupt things. Not so much them bringing something. Well, I suppose them bringing something out of the past means it's not there to do whatever it was going to do before. In this case, because it was a living thing. I heard parts of the explanation. They were kind of. Looks like a Pokemon ball. Oh, flirty, flirty. Look at that silly, weird tower that they've added into the skyline. Oh dear. Oh well, there's the movie. I would give my left hand for that apartment. What about your left nut? Arguably, you'd miss that less. Produced by two Baldwins? What? Whoa, thank you, Cindy. You know, I think that was an interesting bad movie. There's obviously good ideas. I was entertained by the bad CGI. I think I wouldn't have been mad seeing that when I was a kid. I probably would have liked it when I was a kid, to be honest. I'm not mad I watched that. One day there'll be an Ace review, but not today. Oh, Sid, thank you, Cindy. You just get a wedge, by the way, or you will have a wedge when I input it into the thingy. No, cancel. Interact. You get a wedge. You get 2 spins. All right, here we go. Cindy. 10. 20. All right, 2 spins. Yeah, I had a decent time watching it. It's not a good movie though. Oh, look at that. Cindy racking in some points. Second spin. You got 2,000 that first spin. And another 1,000. Oh my. Cindy all of a sudden in 3rd place. Oh, I never said you didn't play anything, Allison. I kind of I know not to expect necessarily good movies. Also, Elsa is the boss at the end of the movie, so 2 spins, I think. I think that was the idea. Have we gotten to the end of a movie on this new wheel yet? I don't think we have we? Well, 2 spins for Elsa as the boss at the end of the movie. Where will it land? Where will it land? Oh shit, I just realised you added jumping jacks. You added 10. It's up to 1,085 now. Oh, the deep gained some points. And then... Oh, I was almost again. Elsa get 1,000. There we go. Boom. Well, that's cool. Oh, I'll turn off the timer. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that was a fun watch along. Even if not the best movie. And the story is an immediate change when they return and realize that a time tourist stepped on the butterfly. So they realize that quite quickly in the story, okay. Oh, we're up to 7,100 points in the tackle truck. Hmm. Hmm. Hey Cindy, since you just tipped, pick a genre of movie for me. I see. Oh, so the idea of like different evolved creatures isn't in the original story? Mind-bending horror. I mean, that's a bit more specific than I was going for, but I'll just take horror movies from that. um, well, I'll give it credit. That's an interesting idea. I mean, they did sort of a goofier thing with it in the movie, but like, I'll give them credit for adding an interesting idea onto it. Um, okay, someone name a horror movie that you think I've seen. Someone name a horror movie that you think I've seen. I'm going somewhere with this. Just bear with me. Okay, The Birds. I have seen The Birds. Right? Birds is a fine pick. We're going with The Birds because that's what Renegade has said. I won't count Halloween for the next bit because you might not want to say that when I tell you what the rules are for this. Okay, I don't know how long this is going to go, but basically we started with The Birds. And the idea is that I'm going to then ask you to tell me another horror movie that you think I like more than The Birds, and whoever goes in first, like, is taking the risk. But there's a risk. So if you correctly say a horror movie that I like more than The Birds, I'll give you a spin. However, if I like it less than The Birds, I take away 50 points. So there's a risk reward here. So the starter movie's The Birds. Who wants to take a shot? Alison, the character who essentially would be the Ed Burns shoots the tourist in the head for stepping off the path and messing up the world. Okay. Is Alien a horror movie? I think it's fair to say Alien's a horror movie, yes. Are you saying Alien? Jason X. I love the balls on Cindy. She's not going for like a super obvious pick. She's like, I'm going to try something weird and go for something silly that he might actually like more than The Birds. Yeah, that's a good point. The Sound of Thunder title doesn't really play into the movie as much. I guess the sound waves had kind of a thing, or even the volcano, but so that, I mean, Jason X the first proper guess, so I have to take that. And I actually have to think about this a little bit because obviously it's not a better movie than The Birds, but do I like it more than The Birds? I mean, I want to watch it more often. Mm. All right, you know what, Cindy? I'm awarding the balls on that. Have a spin. I'm awarding the balls on it. We're on Jason X. You're a woman of fine taste. um. Oh, I also got a point. Okay, also getting all the points. All right, so we're on Jason X then. Now who wishes to take a risk? So you're trying to give me a horror movie that I like more than Jason X. But if I do not, you lose points. And you can just opt out. You don't have to give a guess. You could just stay out of the game if you want. Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, that's a fairly safe bet, I think. Night of the Living Dead's a phenomenal film. Oh, so it wouldn't always be the same dinosaur. Yeah, Night of the Living Dead obviously was the first one there, and obviously it is correct. I do like it more than Jason X. So Renegade gets a spin. Oh, look at that, Allison sneaking some points. Very good. Oh, I just realised I've got the thing. You'll hear the sound bites now if anyone tips. I didn't realise that was still muted. I'm pretty sure that was to save on the FX budget, just so they could do the same shots again. That makes sense. Alright, so we're on Night of the Living Dead. So I will now accept anyone who wishes to try and go there. So this is a problem with going too high, is that it becomes harder to get one for sure that you think I like more than that. Ah, so they came up with these fancy guns that melted after they used them, so that so that they just don't have to bother dealing with that. Dawn of the Dead. I guess before. Well, yeah, but you weren't first to guess that round. It's only whoever goes first each time we're on a new movie. And Dawn of the Dead's the first guess for this round. And when you said Dawn of the Dead, that never counted because you weren't first that round, Renegade. So it wouldn't even matter anyway. But yeah, going forward, if one's been accepted, it can't be used again for obvious reasons. So what? Dawn of the Dead. You're saying that's better than Night of the Living Dead? Well, I think that. I do think that. So now spin for Renegade. Oh, looks like it's going to be someone else getting points. Or a bonus. No, Bob got points. Okay. Interesting. So we're on Dawn of the Dead. So feel free to guess a movie that I like more than Dawn of the Dead. See, it's getting harder now. There is inevitably a point of like you've hit my favorite one and you can't go up higher anymore. Oh, Before get in first with The Platform. And you're saying I like that more than Dawn of the Dead. Unfortunately, Before I definitely do not. Not that I didn't like The Platform. I like The Platform just fine. But not more than Dawn of the Dead, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid Before is losing 50 points. Right, hold on, what points are you on? Just in case this doesn't work the way I think it's going to, you're on 3,000. Okay. So it should be that. Yeah, that worked. Okay. You went down to 2,850. Very nice. So we're on The Platform. So even though it wasn't right, we still use that as the next movie. Now, you can't say any movies that have been accepted before, so you can't just go back to Dawn of the Dead, for example. But we're on the platform. Let the right one in. Alison, get in there first. And that is correct. I like Let the Right One In more. So have a spin for Alison. Because it would be too easy if you could just say the same movies again. Hey, 1,000 points, Alison. Not bad, not bad. Alright, we're on Let the Right One In. So try and say a horror movie I like more than that. Diabolique. I don't know if I'd call that a horror movie. So I'm not going to count it as a wrong answer. I'm going to say it's not applicable. That's kind of a creepy bit towards the end, but it's more of a thriller. It's more sort of Hitchcockian, I would say. But for the record, yes, I would say I like it more than Let the Right One In. It's maybe a little subjective if you consider that a horror movie or not. I wouldn't, but. So we're still on Let the Right One In. Would anyone like to say what I like more than Let the Right One In? Everyone's shaking in their boots. Evil Dead 2. Interesting. I'm afraid, Cindy, that is not the case. I like Let the Right One In more than Evil Dead 2. Where's Cindy? There we go. So you lose 50 points. So we're on Evil Dead 2. And you already said aliens before I confirmed that, Alison, so I won't count that as your guess. So we're on Evil Dead 2. Firefly stretching in his sleep. Gretel and Hansel. Gretel and Hansel versus Evil Dead 2. Yeah, I may pick Gretel and Hansel. I mean, I like Evil Dead 2 a lot, but it's not my favorite Evil Dead. And Gretel and Hansel is really good. I feel like this is one that might change depending on what I watched last between them, and like how fresh either one is in my memory. So it's very close, but I think I'm going to give you that one. I'm going to give you Gretel and Hansel. So spinny, spinny, spinny. Nope, Renegade. Getting a little bit of points. Alright, so this is the last one, right? We'll do one more. We're on Gretel and Hansel. Name a horror movie that I like more than Gretel and Hansel. Bottom. Bottom. The Ritual is Renegade's guess. I'm afraid that is incorrect. I prefer Gretel and Hansel. So that's negative 50 points to Renegade. So you're on 2,950. And you can't naturally get a 50 from just spins and stuff, so all the ones who are on a 50 now at the end have all lost some points. But hey, not bad. Not bad. The Shining. I mean, The Shining would have been correct. Uh, but we're done now. We're done with the guess the thing for the spin. Guess the. I don't know. I don't have a fancy name for it. There's a movie called The Menu coming out with Anna Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes. That looks interesting. I didn't watch the trailer. I'd heard about it though when it popped up. I saw people talking about it. Los Castellish Horror. That's cool. Yeah, I'm doing even more streams with Tim tomorrow night. So tomorrow was basically just a day to watch horror movies. Other than just quickly like editing and uploading a couple of things that need done. My main job tomorrow is just to watch horror movies to talk, so I can talk about them on even more for the Patreon. It's kind of weird because me and Tim took a week off from recording. Even more is a week later than it would have been, so there'll be a regular episode this week and even more in the same week, which is a little awkward. We're going to have to try and find a way to desync them again, because it's kind of nice for patrons if you get like a regular episode one week and then the following week you get one of the bonus things. Is there going to be a game stream on Tuesday? Yep. We'll do the game club stream on Tuesday. We'll start Ghostbusters over on Twitch. I suspect what they're eating is exotic. I'll just say exotic. Even More's turned into such a fun listen. I'm glad people like it. I think it actually is a good show. It's very casual. I mean, obviously, like because I am busy and I don't necessarily watch a lot of movies randomly throughout the month, I end up having like just a day of watching movies, which I like having a reason to do that though. It forces me to watch some extra movies once a month. But it's casual. There's no pressure to like go super in depth in any of the movies, and then you get a bit of fun stuff at the start with Tim's quiz, and if there's any sort of major news things to talk about, we might throw it in there. I'm not gonna lie, the idea of having another bonus thing that's basically the same but for non-horror movies has popped up in my head. Certainly not promising it or saying it's ever going to happen, but it definitely has occurred to me. There's another kind of casual show. Yeah, the Super Mario Brothers movie that Chris Pratt's going to be playing Mario in. I'm pretty sure that's just that. It talk about Sound of Thunder. It has some horror elements. Yeah, so it has got a bit of monster movie later on for sure. I'll see how much I struggle to get enough movies in tomorrow. Maybe I'll break the glass in the case of emergency. I don't even know what I'm going to watch yet. I'll go hunting tomorrow and see what goodies or turds I end up uncovering. Because I try and stay away from things that I think will be a Screams episode soon. And anything that's part of a franchise, but otherwise just kind of go nuts. I'll try and watch something recent and then also something old, and then just after that, whatever. Yeah, the Mario Bros. Movie's animated. Yeah, they're not going to repeat the classic 1990s movie again. They have instead decided to try and keep it in tone with the games by making it animated, which I get. I only know about it because they announced the cast at the Game Awards like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. They made a big deal about announcing it. Pardon me. Pardon me, indeed. So I've been good. But speaking of Screams, when's that next episode coming out? It'll be this coming week. I try and get them done early in the week, Screams, but given how busy I am tomorrow and Tuesday, there's a chance that it might not go up on Patreon until Wednesday. But Wednesday for patrons at the latest, I would say, Allison. Unless something goes disastrously wrong. Jesus, I can't speak. Oh, pardon me. What's my rank of the famous Chrissies? So what you got? Chris Evans, Hemsworth, Pine, and Pratt. Is it these four? Is that the four that we're discussing? What Joe? The sad part is, if you'd asked me this when Chris Pratt was just out of Parks and Rec, I'd have probably ranked him quite high. But everything since has obviously soured people on him, me included. So I don't know. Evans, Hemsworth, Pine, Pratt, I guess. I don't really care that much though. But I mean, you could add in a lot of Chrissies though. What about Christopher Lee, Christopher Lambert, Christopher? The there's quite a bit of Christophers. Like I'm blanking now. I'm sure there's more, but I'm blanking. Was that Firefly? Firefly is risen from the grave and has decided to seek attention. I am unsurprised by this, but regardless, there it is. Ah, dear. So Firefly. Yeah. My picture to the guy playing as Cap at the mall. It was a parade, and I had a fangirl moment. But he was concerned. He's probably getting a restraining order written up as we speak. The poor cosplayer. Hey, Firefly. You up to say hello to people? I just want snuggles. I just want snuggles. He's sitting in the lap. Oh. Oh, you can just see him peeking at the bottom. Because I've got one leg up on my other knee, he's just up a little bit higher than he normally is. Oh, my push push. My baby. Yes. Oh, you know. Very cute the way he does that. Yeah, he's got his moments. Don't you, Firefly? Ah, you little menace. Peter might be a crazy cat lady. It's possible. It's possible. So what's coming up? We are taking a week off from Babylon 5. Mainly just due to recording constraints this week. But it just so happens we're about to start a new season, so it's actually a really nice week to take a week off. So there'll be no new one on Patreon. I don't know if that really matters to anyone who's here right now, but so that's happening. But this week, what do we have? So Ace will be Jurassic World 3. Screams is Army of the Dead. Even more streams should be this week, although there's a mild temptation to hold it until next week, so it's in between the two episodes for the month. But the problem is then, if I do that, then the actual bonus episode for the month that like still has to double up with the other episode later, I think. So I don't know if it necessarily helps, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think the other pilot I need to do is this coming week. What I say, Dark Winds was the other pilot I need to do, based on the vote. Yeah, so we got a couple of like new movies to do on Ace, and then we'll do whatever the last vote winner was, which I forget at the time of recording or talking. Tough scheduling decision. Yes, do I make you wait a week for even more streams? But only because so it feels like you got your streams content spaced out as opposed to getting 2 this week and then nothing next week. Don't worry, the regular episode's coming out this week no matter what. There's no pushing on that, and it's recorded. So unless something has went horribly wrong and like the hard drive blows up before I upload it, like it's coming this week. Trust me, I spent the time watching all 2.5 hours of the bloody movie. As did Tim. To give you a preview, one of the first things Tim said to me is that, but this is before we started recording. He said, "I started watching the movie on Friday. I've still not finished it," and that was it on Sunday. Me saying that's brought it into the universe. Well, you know. There would the universe can have a dark sense of humor, I suppose. Ow! Hit my nose, Firefly. Hitting my nose. I'm always living dangerously, Allison. Always. Yeah. 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 I suspect I'll have more Twitch streams during the week. I don't know if I'll quite rack up as many as I did this past week, but I suspect I'll have some. You know, on top of the Ghostbusters stream, which obviously is happening. I want to do some more Final Fantasy 15. Although when I played more of it, yesterday, no, Friday, I was getting a little bit frustrated with the combat, so I'm going to try the other setting next time I play it. Might even whack it down to easy just to make life simple. But I'm definitely not gelling with the combat in that as much as I was a 7 remake. So we'll see. But yeah, Ghostbusters on Tuesday. It doesn't look like it's going to be that long till we're going to be playing Hitman on Twitch. So see how it goes. And there's a very good chance tomorrow that the upgraded next gen versions of the Resident Evil games are going to come out. So there's a chance there might be like a Resident Evil 2 remake playthrough next week sometime. Just to see what the fancy additions are to the graphics. Which may not add up too much, I don't know. We'll see. But I suspect I might want to play it. I was trying to listen to your stream on Friday while I was watching Dominion. But the app didn't want to sign me in. Wait, while you were watching, so in the theater? You were trying to listen to me play Final Fantasy 15 while you were watching a movie in the theater? That's funny. Had you already like checked out and decided it wasn't very good? So you thought, oh, I'll augment this with a little bit of random Peter dialogue in the background. Mostly me getting annoyed and making fun of anime haircuts, I suspect. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I need to stream 2 more days to become an affiliate, apparently. So we should be hitting that benchmark fairly soon. But the average is still over 6, so we're doing solid on there. Well, that's fair, Allison. So, average viewers, it's still over 6. Fridays was a bit quieter though, so that pulled it down a little bit, but it's still at like 6.6 or something, or 6.06. But most of the streams have actually been between 7 and like 9 most of the time. What's interesting though is that you can tell like 6 or 7 is actually the regular people. Do you need 6? No, you only need 3. So it's comfortable where it is. But you can tell 6 or 7 people are kind of like the regulars who are there for streams, like that are you guys. But there's like another 2 or 3 above that kind of goes up and down as the stream goes on, and that's just the random people coming in and checking out the stream for a little bit. Then maybe leaving because they hate me or because they're just bouncing around. But that doesn't really happen on YouTube. So the fact that even happens a little bit on Twitch, where people are coming in, checking it out, and going away, means there might be a little growth over time if people stick around or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. In that right there. So yeah, and TV news should be back this coming week. With lately a bunch of stuff from this week tacked onto it because Netflix put out a bunch of trailers this week. So we'll talk about those, I expect. Plus there'll be a next gen, of course, and the usual things. Missed it this week? Yeah. Like there was a temptation to try and get a replacement to fill in for Connor, but I feel like it's only 1 week, so people would rather just have a chunkier episode next week where it'll be me and Connor discussing all the things that happened. Good, Firefly. All right, I'm ready to go. Oh. Are you missing your VIP status, Allison, on YouTube? Do I have the special little symbol next to your name? Yeah. Oh yeah, the bear. Yeah. Yeah, that broke me. The synopsis on that broke me. Oh dear. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I need to make some. I need to make some emoticons for Twitch because I need. I wish. I can't. I couldn't seem to find like how many slots I get because it says you gain more slots as you build your audience, which is cool. But like, what do you start with? That was. I mean, there was nothing special about the description, Alison. It was just the fact that it had 4 different versions of personal and professional life in the one paragraph. So by the time we got to the 4th one, like I couldn't even speak anymore. I was laughing so hard. It's only 5 or 6, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I'm going to have to choose what I'm making the emojis out of and make them. I have to have a thought. There's some really meme ones that I could do, but like, yeah, what the actual show is not important. It was just the fact that it hit all the well, it didn't even hit all of the drinking game rules. It hit the same rule 4 times. Oh dear. I'm glad people enjoy the news. Oh dear. Oh, and for those looking for the boys review, I have recorded the next one. It'll be up tomorrow. Where are we? But yeah. Anywho, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream. When's my next? Oh, Jesus, Allison, you're so full of demands and questions. In theory, it'll probably be whatever stream is around the same time next week. Now, it probably won't be Sunday. It's actually kind of weird that I was free on Sunday this week because I'm not usually free on Sundays. Somewhere in the Friday Saturday range is more likely, but yeah, so something in around there. And then after that, I can start dealing with Renegade's gothic horror movies. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me for the watch party tonight. I will see you guys very soon. Yeah. I mean, if I get a lot of movies watched early tomorrow, maybe I'll stream some game stuff before I have to record with Tim. But I wouldn't bank on it. I mean, I'll see. Keep an eye on the Discord for me telling you that I'm going to play something if I do. But otherwise, I'll see you on Tuesday night for the Ghostbusters Fuzz Games Club stream. But thank you very much, Jeremy. I always appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon. So good night and goodbye.